Direct mail is a vital component of your probate campaign and something that you should set up sooner than later when you're first getting started. So this is a quick demo video on our Mailbox Motivator service to get your direct mail created and ordered and even set on autopilot. So once you've logged in, you've obviously found your way to Mailbox Motivator. You're going to click on Select Your Campaign Letters. And here we're going to go a little bit backwards. So I like to start with the envelope first and then work my way back into the letter. So let's go to Add New Envelope. And we're just going to name this Greeting Card Handwriting 2. Now you have options here. You can choose a white greeting card envelope. If you go to ivory or pastels, this has shown to get a little higher response rate just because it looks a little more like an actual greeting card. You can see it comes with a small additional cost per piece, or you can choose a number 10 envelope, which is a standard business envelope. You can change the font. You can also change the colors. You can add a return address. I've found that I've had best success without the return. Some other people have found that they have better success with the return. So you can test this and see what's going to work for you. Either way, it's here. You can use it if you would like. Down here you have the letter preview. So this is a number 10 envelope, and if we change this back to the greeting card, you can see that we go to a greeting card envelope. So once you see this preview, and you'll notice that we always use live first class stamps of very good handwritten font, so it looks like a handwritten envelope and does get open. So once you're happy with this, you can simply click Save Envelope Settings. And next we're going to look at our header and footer of the actual letter. And this will be for any letters that we choose. So you can kind of take a look at this. If you want to change anything, simply click Edit these header footer settings, and it will take you to the editing tool. Now you notice here that I do have a logo in. You can add logos, you can change the font. This works very similar to really any other online editor. To add the logo, you simply go to Add Picture and put in, make sure you resize your logo to whatever size before you put it in that you want. You can change your signature, your closing, letter closing. The PS line, we found this is very powerful. Typically we like to see websites here, so if you're not ready to talk to somebody, you can visit probatewebsite.com. That works really well in the website, or excuse me, the PS line. And then on your footer, and this is where you want to think about, what does my broker require? Typically they're looking for brokerage name, address, and it's a good place to kind of rehash your phone number and website if you have enough room, but that's typically what the footer is. So we'll click Save Settings there. And now that we're happy with our envelope and our header and footer, we'll go look at the individual letter options. So down here you can see all of, and this is, there's constantly new letters being put in here. So we're just going to select the probate options letter. So you get a preview of what this letter looks like, and if you like the copy in here and you feel good with this, select and customize this letter. This will again, this will put it in the top of your letter queue here. So you can click preview the way it looks right now. If there's something that doesn't work, if it's not formatted correctly, or you want to customize the copy, which we actually do encourage you to do, you can simply click Edit Letter Content. And this is going to be a saved letter that will remain in your account, so you can always use this. And this is to save you time down the road. So you can see here that we do have the mail merge fields already in. So be careful when you're editing this. So these things, right, this is a merge field, these are merge fields, this is a merge field. So just be careful when you edit that you don't delete these things out, because they will be used when this is going to be looking at your current list. So make any edits that you need to. If you'd like to add a testimonial, you can do that here, and then simply click Save Letter. So once you've done that, You've got the letter that you want to use, the probate letter 1. Now the next step is to order the mailing campaign. So you'll first select which list you want to send it to, and let's just say we want to send it to a June list. And we're going to mail the personal representatives with this letter. If we had chosen an attorney letter, then we would obviously select attorneys, but we're mailing personal reps. And this is going to be a 3-touch campaign. And next we'll go to campaign setup. Now, one thing I do want to note is that this use custom file. Let's say, for instance, you have a list from June and you've taken out 5 people who ask you not to contact them, and you want to order mail for that old list. In that case, you would delete those 5 lines of data, come back here, hit use custom file, upload that file that you had saved with the name deleted, and instead of using this file that's already in the system for you and your lead archive, we would use the custom file. So moving on down, on the first mailing, since we said it's going to be a 3-touch campaign, you see we have first, second, and third. So the first mailer, we're going to choose probate letter 1, which we just edited. We're going to choose the envelope that we just created, and we're going to pick the date that we want this to drop. So we're going to drop this one on the 25th. And you can also choose to mail directly to the personal representatives, or you can box it and ship to your office. There is an additional shipping charge, obviously. I personally haven't found any value in that. I have had fine success mailing directly to the personal representative. So you're going to repeat the same, and maybe you're using, let's just pretend we're using a separate letter for number 2. We're going to use this separate envelope. And you can see that by default, this is on 10/25. This is spaced out to be basically four weeks of business days, around 30 days. And then we're going to mail this directly to recipients. And on the third letter, we'll choose another letter and another envelope. And this is going to go on December 20th. You can change these dates. Let's say you wanted to make sure that this landed after Christmas, because the 20th is too close for Christmas. We're going to have it drop on the 27th instead. So you just simply lay out that schedule, mail directly to recipients. So now we've got the envelope, the letter, the headers, footers, everything's designed. And now that you've laid out this campaign, assuming that you want to run the same campaign every month, you can simply click this button. And every month that you get a new list, this mail campaign will repeat itself. So obviously it'll be 2 different people, but you'll be sending the same letter with the same copy, same envelope, and everything. If you're really busy and worried about finding time to get this done, click this button and just set it up on autopilot. You can't do this cheaper in your office. You will probably end up costing yourself a lot of money and lost opportunity by trying to do this yourself. So the automation is huge. As long as it's in your budget and you can afford to, have mail automatically send, I highly recommend checking this box. If you really want to have control over the process and get really granular, you can click no. I'll place a new order each time. It's going to take a few minutes, so it's not the end of the world. So you'll see at the end here, your order total will come up to show you letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, and you'll have your total here. You put in your credit card information and place the Mailbox Motivator order. Now what's going to happen is you'll get an email notification when your mail is printed and shipped, and you're also going to get a copy of the letter that was sent to the recipient. So you'll know when your letters show up in your local mailboxes because you'll have a copy yourself. We do see the list. Now, as we come back in here, after we finished our mail order, you can go to My Mailing Campaigns, and this is where you can kind of track everything that's going on. So we've got the campaign autopilot off, but you can see all the mail orders that you've placed in the past, how many letters went out. So this was, you can see this was 1, 2, 3, and we canceled this order before the 3rd letter went. But it shows you the date that the mailing was complete. This would be the date that it left the post office. How many recipients. And over time, this is just going to continue to archive, so you'll be able to see all of the past mailings that you've done. Where we started on my mailing campaigns, on Mailbox Motivator, kind of had these shortcuts of 1, 2, 3. If you go into order mailing campaign, it's going to drop you right into that same place. So you don't have the setup that we looked at before, where we set up the envelope and the letters, the headers, footers, all that. You're skipping that if you go straight to the order mailing campaign. So if you need to make any edits to letters, you need to do that by going to campaign setup and using these tabs to navigate and make those edits. So if you have any questions on using Mailbox Motivator, we've got a great resource here about just specifically about direct mail. So you can go through this FAQ. I encourage you to, if you have any questions at all, or if you just haven't, if this is your first order, go through the FAQ, familiarize yourself with the Mailbox Motivator system. And again, guys, if you have any questions ever, you can use any of these links over here to contact support. You can email support directly here, or you can call us at the number at the top of the page and press the option for support. But anytime you need help, we're just a click away. And best of luck.